PJ.
Oke, 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 bentar, bentar.
Nah, itu tuh PJ tuh dia Cece dulu tuh.
Ya, udah 2 orang.
Oke.
Latifah sama Umi.
Oke, Hani, time is yours.
Hello, Latifah. Umi, are you there?
Yes, Miss Honey. I'm
Okay, good. Yes, I thought
yes,
you're not yet
yeah.
coming. Okay, so would you like to turn on your camera? First of all, thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight. Couldn't wait to see you soon. And how's your Ramadan? Is everything okay? Are you fasting? So do you like ever have not fasting yet? Like maybe getting period or anything? Or you're still on your track? Wait a second. Hi, Rizka and Teresia. I don't think she could hear me.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. How about you, Kak?
I'm fine too, thank you. All right, so since everyone is here, but not like half of you guys, so I think let's give your friends some time and wait until some more of them join the meeting. All right. Okay, I think we can start right now. Please, everyone, I would like to remind you again to open your camera on and change your name into Tobul underscore your name. So before we start, good evening, everybody. How are you today?
Good evening. Good evening.
Oh, what happened with your sound? All right, other than Rizka, good evening. How are you today? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Kak. I'm sorry because I'm using two devices, so yeah, it's echoing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so okay, we have Teresia. Teresia, how are you? Yeah, I don't think I could listen to your voice. Are you talking?
I'm good, Miss.
Okay, good. Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, now you're audible. Okay, so everyone, again, I'm reminding you, please turn on your camera so that we can talk face to face because it will be easier for me to just directly see your face and reactions and name so that I could point to you directly. And before we start, I hope you remember what we discussed last meeting. Can anyone tell me what did we discuss in the last meeting? Alwan, maybe? Do you remember? Do you?
I was forgot ka. I don't
Okay, you
remember.
forgot. Okay,
So
what about
sorry.
Sastri? Sastri, do you remember what we discussed last meeting? Sastri, can you hear me? Yeah. Something's wrong with your audio? Sastri?
Oh, coba. Bisa
Iya,
ya? Oh iya bisa.
bisa. So, ada yang masih ingat? Kamu masih ingat gak kemarin kita diskusi tentang apa? Atau apa topik kita minggu lalu?
Minggu lalu apa ya?
Di hari Kamis berarti ya?
Surprise ya?
Third phrase. Okay. Let's confirm that to Latifa. Is it true? Okay, Jimmy, answer that.
Surprise.
Okay, yeah, verb and verb phrase.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Sastri. So, what about tonight's discussion? Does anyone know what we're going to discuss today? Anyone?
Pronoun, Kak.
Okay, yeah, pronoun, Rizka. Thank you so much for answering. All right. So before we go to our topic, again, I would like to read you our class agreement. The first one is changing your name into the format Tovo underscore your name. And then there will be 20 minutes tolerance for being late. And then number 3,
Di video call lah.
please stay on cam while in the class. And then number 4, if you leave before the class ends, you will be considered as absent. And then if there are some problems or any circumstances, please confirm that with the committee. It could be me or somebody else, right? And you need to remember that the certificate of participation will be given only if you attend the class 10 meetings out of 12 in total. Okay, is it clear, everybody? I hope so. Yes. Okay. And as you know that tonight, we are in our sixth meeting and we're going to discuss about a pronoun. And still, all of the material that we've shared with you, the title, the topic, it will be there in the real test of structure and written expressions in TOEFL test. Okay, so I hope you still remember the purpose of our class and the name of our class, which is TOEFL Masterclass. So hopefully, after joining this program, you could be like easier in doing your real test in TOEFL. All right, so I don't know, most of you or all of you supposed to be CVO members actually, but I'm not sure. Adakah di sini yang bukan CVO member? Ada? Maybe you could raise your hand if there's any. Gak akan di-kick kok guys, karena udah masuk ya. Gak akan di-kick, but I think it will be helpful. Atau semuanya di sini member CVO?
All members.
All
Yes.
members, yeah. It's supposed to be all members actually, but believe it or not, sempat beberapa link kita, even link kelas gitu. Karena kan ini di absen ya teman-teman, maksudnya tim kita tuh ngecek siapa aja yang hadir. Nah kadang suka nemuin tuh nama-nama yang ternyata dia nggak ada loh di CVO gitu. So it's okay kalau udah terlanjur masuk ya nggak apa-apa, nggak kita usir juga. Cuman it will be better to miss the old member. Okay. Jimmy, seberapa old Jimmy? How old are you? Anyone knows kapan CVO ditemuin? Maksudnya when CVO founded and by whom? Anyone knows? Long ago.
2012. 2012.
Okay, 2012, right. Okay, and by whom? You know any of the leaders or the founders? Kak Zelki, okay. Okay, good. Jangan sampai nggak kenal ya sama Kak Zelki, nanti kualat. Okay, so let's go back to our topic today. I don't know, but I would really expect that all of you know each other, like names or where they're from, but I don't think that we do the proper introductions earlier, that I give one of you to just explain word or two sentences about yourself. But today, can I ask like three of you, maybe? No, four. Four would be fair. So 2 women and then 2 men to introduce yourself. And yeah, tell anything about you, your name, where do you live, where you're working or enroll as a student, or where you're from, or where do you live, or maybe your favorite food, something like that. Any kinds of informations that would help us to get to know you better. Okay, should I call you by name or should you choose yourself? Anyone interested? Please, I would love to see your active participation here.
I will be volunteer.
Okay, yes, please. Comes yours.
The family name. The coming is nice
Umi, I don't know in others ya, tapi di sini suara Umi bener-bener like it's not clear, breaking, putus-putus, and I don't even see your face. Apa itu juga kayak gitu di kalian?
I turn on my camera.
Yeah. I know. I used to see your face, but now your face is gone and I barely could listen to your voice.
It's drizzling right now, so I think it's affect my connection.
All right, all right, all right. All right. So is turning off your camera gonna help? What do you think?
Okay. Is it my voice clear now?
Better.
Okay. I will repeat the
Okay, please.
introduction. So my
Mhm.
full name is Umi Sitorus. I came from North Sumatra.
Mhm.
Do you have any idea?
Yeah, of course. Is it the same city like Kak Zaki? Yeah, he lives in Medan, I think. I'm sorry, Umi. I think it's really breaking. Yeah, I couldn't listen to you. Since we have a very limited time, Umi, do you mind if I pass it to the next person? You could try again in our next. Is it okay? Okay, I don't think she's responding. So now, what about Julie? Julie, I see you there.
So, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Julie. I'm from Cilacap, Central Java, and I'm a mom of two. And I think that's all.
Okay. You think that's all? What's your hobby, Julie?
My hobbies are reading and cooking. Reading and cooking, and also, well, writing, to be honest.
Oh God. Yeah, they're so productive hobby.
I am.
Okay, thank you, Jelly. Now I should pass it to the mail. Maybe I could have Stefan. Could I? I don't think Stefan is turning on the camera, but
Miss?
let's try. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
My name is Steven. I'm from Bandung. My
Okay.
hobbies are I like sports such as basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I do like I do like really playing games. And
Yeah.
I do like to learn new things, and I do love books. I think that's all.
Okay, you love birds. Okay, but yeah, but is it possible for you to turn on your camera, Stefan, so that we could clearly notice which one is Stefan?
My hair is kind of messy, so yeah.
It's okay. We're all a mess. We're all a mess. Don't worry. All right. Thank you. Hi, Steven. Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Nice to meet you, Miss.
All right. Other mail. Other mail. So, wah, ternyata kita punya limited mail ya. What about Alwi Nurfirdaus? You're male, right? Alwi? Alwi, are you there? Okay, I don't think it's responding. Now let's move to Azru. Azru, I know that you're not turning on your camera, but would you like to tell us a few things about yourself? Azru? Sorry, Miss. Okay. it's
Yeah, Miss.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Azru.
Can you listen my voice?
Yes, we can.
What should I do?
Yeah, tell everything about you.
Oh, hello. I'd like to introduce myself. My full name is Muhammad Asruddin, and just call me Azru.
Mm-hmm.
IZRU. I am an English teacher at boarding schools.
Okay.
I teach English for students, and I
Mhm.
live in Bogor, of course,
Okay.
with my family. And then I like to do something new, like
Mm-hmm.
traveling and go hiking.
Okay.
And especially my hobby is reading interesting books like English, academic writings, and then of course I like watching Avengers, but not DC.
Okay, Avengers.
Yeah, I also
Okay,
play.
Avengers only, or like in terms of Marvel
Yeah,
things,
yes, Avengers and
Marvel movies.
Marvel. That's why I installed and play games Marvel Future Fight on my smartphone. Yeah, that's my short introduction from me. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Azru. Okay, guys, for the rest, please wait your turn in our next sessions. All right. So let me continue. This is the rest of the topics. I think you could check it later on. And then let's go for our main topic today. I have one quote. It's not mine, actually. It's Margarita Paris. She said, learn as much as you can to gain much power to help you reach your goal. So this is what I feel a lot in my life. Okay, because whenever I met some friends or someone that actually got a little bit jealous, I could say, jealous of me, and sometimes these friends, I still call them friends because they're technically my friends, but sometimes their mind are just like, okay, honey, I feel like you have a lot more than we supposed to have in our age or in our level or something like that. But I feel like we could never compare our journey to someone else's. Why? Because we have different starts. Okay, we have different starts, we have different supports, we have different amount of sacrifices that we made, in even it is for one same thing. Okay, let's say for learning English, everyone sacrifice different things, everyone starts in different level, everyone has different goals. So you couldn't just say that, okay, harusnya misalnya kayak, oh my god, kamu ini banget, gitu banget gitu. So they mention A B C D yang menurut dia it's amazing gitu, tapi kayak why couldn't I have it, atau why is it really hard for me to have it, something like that. Jadi because of seeing other people, they start questioning their ability. Itu yang gak bagus sebenarnya, teman-teman. You can see someone else's, you can be amazed of someone else's goal, boleh, tapi if the step after that adalah start questioning your bagus gitu. Kenapa? It's gonna hurt you. Dan kamu nggak tahu orang orang yang kamu kagumi itu startnya dari kapan, usahanya sebanyak apa yang dia keluarkan. Terus kayak mungkin ketika kamu tidur dia belajar, atau ketika kamu tidur dia berusaha yang lain gitu. So ketika aku temuin quote ini, this is really work for me, karena aku kayak, we need to learn as much as I can to gain much power to help me reach my goals. Remember, ini dia hanya pakai satu pronoun ya. Dia hanya pakai pronoun you. Berarti yang dibandingkan hanya satu pronoun, yang dibandingkan hanya satu subjek saja, yaitu kamu. Dia nggak pernah bilang learn as much as she can so that you can gain much power to help me to reach my goals. Enggak ya. Jadi ya usahanya dia ya buat dia, yang nerima goalnya nanti ya dia gitu. So I think this is like a little reminder for all of us gitu ya, supaya we focus on our way karena comparing is never better. Oke, walaupun di bahasa Inggris ada topik di comparisons ya, degree comparisons, tapi comparing itu nggak pernah good thing gitu. Unless you could see that good thing, tapi jangan paksa orang untuk see the good things, because not everyone can. Alright? So now let's go to our real topic. Sebenarnya di pronoun itu apa sih yang harus dipelajari gitu ya? So I give you a table here. Ada penjelasannya sedikit ya. Personal pronouns show person and number. He, she, him, and her usually. Aku akan tambahkan kata usually show gender. Walaupun topik gender di 2023 ini sudah mulai mulai sedikit complicated gitu. Kalian mungkin ngeh kalaupun daftar program-program nasional ataupun internasional tuh banyak punya opsi selain male dan female gitu ya. Ada yang prefer not to say misalnya atau gender lainnya gitu. Tapi I would like to not discussing about that thing because ini akan lebih memudahkan kalian kalau understandingnya cukup sampai di sini dulu. He, she, him, and her itu biasanya menunjukkan gender atau seksnya. Terus they have different subject and object forms except you, it, and one which have only one form. Tapi artinya bisa jadi berbeda ya. Oke, sekarang kita lihat contohnya di subjek. Contoh yang pertama adalah I. Apa sih subjek, teman-teman? Can anyone tell me in easiest understanding what subject is?
Melakukan sesuatu.
Oke, good, Jeli. So subject is the doer. Ya, biasanya kita menggunakan istilah do, streeter, atau doer, pelaku, gitu ya. Gak harus yang negatif ya, kalau di Indonesia kan pelaku tuh kayaknya negatif. Enggak ya, pelaku itu the doer atau yang melakukan si verb itu tadi, whatever it is. And then object adalah the one who receive. Jadi ini semacam take and give ya, the one who receive the attitude atau the treatment atau the job yang dilakukan si the doer tadi. Lalu number ini maksudnya jumlahnya ya, jumlahnya si pronoun ini tuh ada berapa sih gitu. Nah kalau si I yang berubah jadi me ketika di objek, aku biasanya ketika ngapalin pronoun atau belajar pronoun tuh biasanya aku selalu ambil satu verb. Kalau aku pribadi biasanya pakai love ya. So let's imagine I love me, berarti aku cinta aku. So yang mencintai adalah subjeknya aku, yang menerima juga aku. So I love me itu biasanya singular ya. Dia nggak mungkin plural karena cuman satu orang doang gitu. Nah, ada istilah ini. I don't think aku baru merasa istilah third person singular, first person singular penting itu ketika aku mau jadi guru. Tapi kalau dalam level murid, I don't think you need to understand this far. Menurutku nggak penting untuk kalian tahu sedalam itu ya. Maksudnya you can learn about that later on ketika kalian lebih tertarik. Mungkin kalau sekarang saya cuma punya 2 giga space storage di otak gitu ya. Ini jangan dimasukin. Ya, si third person singular ini belum penting-penting banget gitu. You just need to remember bahwa I itu pasti dia singular. Karena dia cuma ngomongin satu orang gitu. Nah, sekarang pindah ke yang kedua. You love you. Ada 2 arti. Kamu cinta kamu. Kamu maksudnya adalah misalnya aku ngomong ke Julie. So Julie, you love you. Tapi aku juga bisa ngomong you ke kalian, ke semua orang yang ada di kelas ini, di master class ini gitu ya. You love you, it means you love all of you gitu. Semua dari kalian mencintai semua dari kalian. So itu yang dimaksud singular atau plural. Ya, so yang pertama adalah singular because I'm only talking about Julie. And then yang kedua adalah I'm talking about all of you. So it can be plural gitu ya. Nah, terus ada dia dikategorikan sebagai second person singular atau second person plural. Gitu cara bacanya ya. But again, it's not important. So we're gonna skip that after this. And the next ada he, him. udah jelas ya ini he itu dia laki-laki. Jadi yang merasa dia seksnya atau gendernya laki-laki maka dia berarti maskulin ya. Kalau ini tadi nggak ada gendernya bukan berarti dia tidak bergender ya teman-teman. Maksudnya ini tergantung siapa yang kita maksud gitu. Kalau dia female ya berarti feminine, kalau dia male berarti masculine gitu. Terus next ada she yaitu dia perempuan. Sebenarnya sepanjang kalian hafal apa artinya dari si pronoun ini, I think you can do that easily. Gitu. Cuman pronoun itu dia akan ribetnya belum di step ini nanti ya di slide-slide selanjutnya. Right. Lalu yang selanjutnya adalah it. My teacher used to tell me bahwa it itu selain manusia. So you can say that it itu untuk hewan misalnya atau benda mati, benda hidup lainnya. Tapi selain manusia. Kenapa? Karena manusia sudah digantikan dengan ini ya. Sudah digantikan dengan ini. Walaupun manusia itu kelakuannya kayak hewan ya, teman-teman. Dia harus dipanggil dengan sebutan manusia ya. Alright, so next ada we, dia plural karena dia artinya kita ya. Dia berubahnya ketika objek. Balik lagi ambil satu verb favorit kalian. Kalau aku pakai love, so you can say we love us. Itu artinya kita, cinta kita. We love us. Jadi si us ini berubah dari bentuk we ke us karena dia objek penerima gitu ya. Terus they love them. They love them. Nah kalau they love them karena nggak ada akunya di dalam mereka itu kan nggak ada kitanya ya. Mereka itu nggak ada aku yang ngomong itu. So if they love them biasanya bisa dua kelompok yang berbeda. Misalnya kelompok A, they love them. Them ini si kelompok B. Atau they love them-nya itu tetap kelompok A bisa juga. So it depends on the context. Alright, if you have any questions, just directly give me a heads up. Okay, so that I can talk to you. Oke, sekarang kita move ke sini. Okay, I think I'm gonna call someone. Teresia, can you help me reading this? Teresia, I'm so sorry to just cut your voice because I don't think that your voice is clear. All right, so can I move to someone? Can I pass it to someone? You're okay, right? Okay, good. Chris, help me.
Sure, Ms. Ania, thank you. Subject and object pronouns. Personal subject pronouns act as the subject of a clause. We use them before a verb to show who is doing the verb. We do not usually leave out the pronoun. She loves playing basketball, not blank loves playing basketball. They don't finish the lesson until 4 o'clock. It's getting late. We use personal object pronouns in all other positions, such as after the verb or after a preposition. For example, Paula's coming to visit us in September. Us as an object. Thanks again for everything you did for me. For me as in prepositional phrase. We also use personal object pronouns as complements of the verb be. Wait, where's my screen? That's him. That's the man I was talking about. Him as the complement of be. We can use some object pronouns, me, him, her, us, and them, as short answers, particularly in informal speaking. Who ate all the biscuits? Me, or more formally, I did.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Chris. I think these explanations, I'm trying to make some resume of this explanation. So the point is, pronouns itu dalam bahasa Indonesia adalah kata ganti. So if I want to call Julie, Julie is eating bakso, for example. And then in the next word, I say again, okay, Julie is also drinking margarita, for example. And then I also say again that Julie is going to sleep after that. Itu kayak bosen ya, Julie terus kapan ini Agustusnya gitu ya, Julie terus. So it's gonna be so bored. Makanya biasanya di kata kedua, di kalimat kedua, kata nama orang tadi Julie dan lain sebagainya itu kita ganti. Kita gantinya dengan apa? Tergantung gendernya itu tadi. Bisa she, bisa he, bisa I, bisa you, bisa we dan lain-lain gitu. Sebenarnya hanya untuk menghindari kebosanan, terus supaya kayak it's not repeating ya, supaya nggak ada pengulangan gitu. So it's going to be academically correct gitu dan mudah diterima oleh pendengar gitu ya. Sebenarnya itu tujuan dari pronoun secara gamblang gitu. Tapi di sini ada penjelasan personal subject pronouns act as the subject of a clause. Bisa juga sentence atau bisa juga a phrase ya, tergantung nanti yang kita lihat apa. We use them before a verb to show who is doing the verb. Ini sesuai yang tadi aku udah jelasin, intinya dia pelaku gitu ya. She loves playing basketball. So pronounnya adalah she loves playing atau basketball.
She loves.
She. Oke ya, jadi pronounnya adalah she. Kita lihat dia siapa yang melakukan si verb itu gitu ya. Terus maka dia disebut subject pronoun. Kalau misalnya she loves me, berarti object pronounnya yang mana?
Me.
Me.
Oke, me, karena dia menerima love yang diberikan oleh she tadi, gitu. I think this is still simple, so you can read this again later on and give me heads up if you have any questions, because I think I'm gonna discuss something which is like more complicated. Oke, I think ini juga masih bisa di skimming ya. Nanti intinya si I ini dia berubahnya jadi me. Nanti ada terusannya ya teman-teman. Ada jadi mine, terus ada I me, ada jadi my. Ya, I buy me my own bag misalnya. And the bag is mine. Nah gitu, biasanya sih untuk ngapalin pronoun atau topik-topik lainnya kalian harus punya satu hafalan yang bisa dianalisa terus gitu. Aku coba chat di sini ya. You can have this sentence. I buy gitu. I buy me a book. So the book is mine atau my book is mine. So kalian bisa lihat ada 4 pronoun yang berbeda di situ ya, walaupun dia masih satu root, yaitu adalah first person singular, yaitu I. Dia bisa berubah jadi me. I buy me a book. Walaupun agak freaky ya, dia beli buku buat diri dia sendiri. Terus dia sangat independen. Terus my book is mine, so that the book is mine. Gitu. Jadi bukunya punya aku. Halo. Oh my God, what happened? Aku ya yang ninggalin Zoom.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. All right. Wait, let me move to this one. Yes, okay. So I think untuk I dan me itu aja ya. Terus di spoken English biasanya you can say that my friends and me went on holiday to a little town on the south coast. Mungkin untuk kalian yang terbiasa speaking English academically correct and grammatically correct and formally correct, maka ini terdengar aneh. Karena biasanya pakai I ya, my friends and I. Tapi remember, spoken English could be informal. Spoken English could be mass. Jadi spoken English itu kan banyak levelnya ya. Ada level formal, ada level informal. Level formal pun ada levelnya lagi. Apakah dia formal yang kayak sesama teman atau sesama jabatan, atau mungkin formalnya di bisnis gitu dan lain sebagainya. Tapi ini terjadi ya teman-teman, ini benar-benar bisa dipakai. My friends and me went on holiday to a little town on the south coast. Walaupun my friends and I went, bla bla bla, is considered to be more correct. Tapi bukan berarti ini nggak bisa dipakai ya. Sorry, Chris. I need to know this. I need to tell you this kind of special case karena ini betul-betul ada dan ya kita nggak mau terdengar too much formal ya, maksudnya dalam spoken English karena we need to like sounds natural dan absorb the culture of the English itself. Alright. Ini juga nih yang kedua. We sometimes use us to refer to me in informal speaking. Jadi kadang mungkin kalau di Indonesia kayak gini, oke, terima kasih waktunya kita sangat menghargai. Padahal emang kita lo aja kali gue enggak gitu kan. Kalian pasti pernah dengar term ini ya. Nah itu sama seperti ini. Pass us an orange, will you? Padahal as yang dimaksud adalah kita sendiri gitu loh. Tapi kita sok-sokan mewakili orang-orang ini untuk minta dibawain jeruk gitu. Padahal mereka tuh nggak mau, belum tentu mau. Bisa jadi mereka maunya blueberry atau yang lain. Tapi kita biasa maksudnya ketika you come to US or something like that, akan mendengar frasa ini gitu ya. Pass us an orange, will you? Gitu. Atau di UK misalnya. Even though this is considered less correct, if you change that into me ya, pass me an orange, itu akan terdengar lebih betul gitu. Karena yang ngomong ya cuma satu orang, kecuali kamu ngomong pass us an orange-nya 30 orang sekaligus bersamaan, baru itu betul. Tapi ini masih betul ya. Remember, this is a spoken informal English. Okay, next ada you. We use you to refer to the listener or reader. It is both the subject and the object. Di objek apa nih? Gak kelihatan. Form, you can refer to one person or more than one person. It is usually clear from whether the context, whether you is singular or plural. Sejauh ini aku cuma nemu you itu ya sebagai kamu atau kalian. Atau ada yang lain? Do you have any idea? Enggak ya, berarti emang cuma dua doang. Okay, let's read the notes. In informal context, we also use you to refer people in general, not someone specific. Contohnya, you get a pension if you're a man over the age of 65 or a woman over 60. Nah, you di sini adalah semua orang gitu, semua pekerja, semua orang yang merasa bekerja akan secara rata-rata pensiun di usia 65 atau 65 kalau laki-laki atau 60 kalau perempuan gitu. Jadi kadang kayak enggak di kantor gue enggak gitu. Kalian jangan jawab kayak gitu ya guys. Kalau misalnya ada orang yang bilang kayak I think you will be like retiring and you're gini-gini, tapi enggak kok di kantor aku enggak, atau enggak kok ini perusahaan aku sendiri. Jangan, bukan itu maksud si orang itu ngomong gitu ke kalian. Maksud dia adalah memberikan general information bahwa you secara general itu memang akan pensiun di rentang usia itu gitu. Oke, sebenarnya if you understand good English, you will have a good interpersonal skills juga ya. Kalau misalnya kalian bisa menggunakan bahasa Inggris dengan baik, sebetulnya skill interpersonal kalian itu juga membaik secara natural gitu. Because you understand what the speakers are saying, you understand the hidden meaning gitu, you understand what is actually this person means gitu. Apakah dia mencoba untuk jutek atau galak, atau sebenarnya dia justru ramah gitu. So you can analyze these things if you understood the English terms correctly gitu. Terus he, him, terus she, her. Nah, he itu biasanya sebagai subjek atau objek, teman-teman?
Subject.
Subject. And him?
Object.
Object. Good. So he, kita pakai kata love dulu ya, because that's my favorite verb. So you could say he love him. Okay, he love him, atau she love her, atau dibalik ya, he love her, atau she love him. Do you think something is odd? Can anyone sense something is odd? Okay, Chris, what is it?
He loves her.
Okay, he loves her. Good. That's it?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay. I think when someone say her itu apalagi kalau verb mungkin karena pengaruh verb juga ya. If you say like he loves her, it's more expecting that her apa gitu loh. Like her as a human atau what specifically in her gitu. Either it's her personality or her looks or her what gitu. Tapi if you don't say anything, it's going to like accumulate whatever she has gitu. So be careful when you say I love her. Is it true? I know that you just love the looks on her gitu. Okay, you could tease someone with that. All right. And then let's move to the next one. Ini ada apa it ya. Okay, we use it to refer things. Balik lagi ini selain I never find this mistakenly. Maksudnya aku nggak pernah nemu ajaran dari guruku ini salah. Tapi this is really good analysis. I got it from my teacher. Guruku bilang bahwa it itu dipakai untuk sesuatu selain manusia, ya. Tapi dia harus benda hidup atau benda mati gitu ya. Nggak boleh benda di antara hidup dan mati. Jadi either benda mati atau benda hidup gitu ya. Terus I don't know, semoga kalian juga belum menemukan kejanggalan ya di penjelasan ini because I think this is really useful. Tapi teman-teman, this is an exceptions because I ever discussed this with my friends dan ternyata some of my friends call their pet using the genders like him or her. So you need to understand that this is about empathy or about how someone is sharing their feelings about their pet. So sometimes hewan peliharaan itu juga bisa digantikan atau diberikan gender oleh yang punya gitu. Misalnya kayak I know the gender of my pet itu adalah female karena dia bisa melahirkan, atau itu adalah male karena dia punya tanda-tanda male gitu ya. You need to respect this persons too. Kalau orang udah mengumumkan ini ya berarti besok-besoknya jangan kamu panggil it lagi gitu ya. Untuk respecting the owner, you could change that into the gender, whether it's he or she or something else. Okay? I hope this is still clear explanations. If you have any questions, please give me heads up. And then we use we and us to refer to different groups of people, but always including the speaker. We and us can refer to the speaker plus the listener or the speaker and other people, but not the listener or people in general, including the speaker. Okay, this sounds confusing. Let's see the example. We could go and see a film tonight. What do you think? So, we di sini yang dia maksud kadang-kadang itu kita bisa mengartikan we itu sebagai kita sebagai kita yang ngomong dan yang dengar, atau yang ngomong aja atau yang dengar aja gitu. So, dalam konteks ini kita lagi ngomong nih ya, real. We could go and see a film tonight. What do you think? So, aku yang ngomong, we yang aku maksud adalah aku sebagai speaker plus kalian sebagai listener. Gitu. Sampai sini you got it? Gerald asked us if we'd drive to London and get you. So Gerald, dia bukan we atau us, ask us. Pasti ada orang lain lagi selain Gerald dan yang ngomong. Oke, minimum 3. Minimal ada 3 orang di percakapan nomor 2 ini. If we drive to London and get you. Oke, berarti ada 4 ya harusnya. Karena we-nya ini harus ada 2. Nggak bisa 1 doang. So, let's say Gerald ask us, aku dan Chris misalnya, if we drive to London to get you, Teresia. Tapi you-nya ini harus dalam proses komunikasi juga, either it's personal communications atau by phone, gitu ya. Tapi Teresia mendengar, sebagai you ini mendengar aku ngomong Gerald ask us if we drive to London and get you. Karena gimana you ini bisa tahu bahwa she will be gotten atau she will be picked up kalau dia nggak di komunikasi itu. You get me? Okay, good. So changing diet rather than dieting is a healthier alternative, and there are changes we should all make. So we di sini adalah speaker, listener, dan other people. Other people itu maksudnya orang yang even gak ada di komunikasi itu, orang yang gak ada di percakapan itu. Karena dia ngomongin sesuatu yang general bahwa everyone wants to change their diet. Jangan diet karena certain goal aja, jadikan itu seperti gaya hidup dan lain sebagainya. So sometimes people talk about this not only for their audience, tapi they hope for everyone in the world to just know about what they're talking. Okay, next ada they dan them. We use they and them to refer to specific groups of people, things, and animals. The kids are getting on my nerves. They're making so much noise. Can you tell them to be quiet? I'm trying to work. Have you seen my keys? I never remember where I left them. Okay, so have you seen my keys? I never remember where I left them. So them ini biasanya sih sebenarnya artinya mereka atau sesuatu yang lebih dari satu ya. You know what? If you say, "Have you seen my keys?" I never remember where I left it. If you change them into it, karena yang dia omongin kan kunci ya. If you change them into it, itu masih betul ya, teman-teman. Karena karena ya emang kunci gitu. It's not something living gitu. Jadi kalau dipanggil them, ini berarti ada sensitivitas tersendiri yang coba untuk disampaikan sama si A. Misalnya yang dia maksud kunci adalah bukan kunci drill kunci, tapi bisa jadi kunci hati misalnya. Atau kunci yang bercampur gitu ya, ada kunci rumah, kunci motor, kunci mobil, kunci berangkas, kunci segalanya. So they think A thinks that the keys are very valuable atau priceless. That's why mungkin it even priceless than human being gitu. Makanya dia change keys into them. Acting like something living, atau di bahasa Indonesia kita punya sebutan majas ya. So dia melebih-lebihkan si kunci ini sebagai benda hidup. Oh, they're by the front door. Nah, si B ini berarti nyambung. Nyambungnya adalah karena A udah bilang them, si B bilang they are by the front door. Kalau B ini nggak sopan, dia akan bilang, oh, it's by the front door. Habis itu mereka ribut tapi karena si B-nya ini nggak menunjukkan ekspresi bahwa dia menghargai si A terkait sensitivitasnya dia gitu. So again, this is about interpersonal skills. So I hope this is learning pronouns helping you to get there. Next, we also use they and them to refer to institutions or authorities and group of people in general. For example, I heard they would publish a new edition of War and Peace. And then they're opening the new motorway tomorrow. So we also use they and them to refer institutions or authorities. Nah, jadi ketika dia bilang they're opening the new motorway tomorrow, they-nya ini bisa pemerintah misalnya atau panitia MotoGP misalnya dan lain-lain gitu. Okay, good. So actually guys, secara lengkap aku udah googling berjam-jam gitu ya hari ini. Sebenarnya pronouns itu ada berapa sih? Because me as a teacher, I don't really pay attention to this one too. So aku senang banget gitu karena ngajar ini. So I search and aku baru tahu, oh my god, ternyata dia mengelompokkan sebanyak ini. I'm sure that you understand all of this. Kita hanya tidak familiar dengan sebutannya gitu ya, kayak personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, dan seterusnya. So my suggestions is either you understand this theory or either you understand the meaning gitu, because either of them would be very much helpful. Nah, karena dia ada 12, so I'm going to give you this as a homework, okay? Because I don't think we have enough time, so I will give you this as a homework. Please drop that in the group. Okay, hello everyone, and am I audible?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, okay. So, Kak Yuri, would you like to help me share your screen? My screen, sorry.
Okay, honey. Wait.
Okay, wait. Okay, yeah. So I was talking about your homework. So I think you need to type it in the group. So one person would write 12 examples. Oke, jangan lupa dikasih judul ya, misalnya kayak personal pronoun atau possessive pronoun. Only one sentence, one phrase, atau one clause per each. Alright? So, any questions? Sampai di sini ada pertanyaan? About the homework? I'm going to give you examples. For example, number 1, personal pronouns, and then examples of the sentence, I love you. Gitu ya. So ada I, di situ ada you, yang dua-duanya adalah personal pronouns. Gitu. Oke. Semoga bisa cari apa namanya? Ya, miss you too, Sastri. Semoga bisa cari contoh examples yang berbeda-beda di setiap kalimatnya ya. Oke, next. Dia ada 12 if I'm not mistaken. Karena aku sempat nemu di beberapa buku yang dia cuma ngasih 2, 3 contoh atau 7 maksimal 8 contoh. Akhirnya aku coba kolektif ya. Oh, ternyata ada yang membedakan ini dan itu gitu. So I try to give you all of it, all of the informations, dan come up with the number of 12. Okay, next, Kayuri. Nah, tadinya I expect you to do it right now, but I don't think we have enough time, so let's move on. Okay, now we're going to go for the real examples of the TOEFL test. During the American Revolutionary War, about 14,000 British loyalists returned to Britain, blah, 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 in 1783. So I will give you 1 minute or 2 minutes to tell me the answers. With reasons, obviously. Ya, kalau bisa pakai alasan ya, kenapa pilih A atau B atau C atau D. Okay, time. Okay, Azru, you got your answer. What is the reason? Azru, kenapa kamu pilih B?
The object pronoun of them refers to British loyalists.
Okay, so B karena most of them, ya alasannya sama ya, sama kayak yang dibilang Rizka, karena them-nya ke 14,000 British loyalists. Alright, good. Next. Linguistic studies the structure of language and regularities, blah, blah, blah. So 1 or 2 minutes start from now. Now I would like to listen from Jimmy. Jimmy, what's your answer? Are you there? Jimmy? Okay, I don't think she's responding. Now let's move to Mirza. Mirza, are you there? Mirza, are you?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. What is your answer?
I answer B.
Okay, B, why? Kenapa?
Nggak tahu, kayaknya emang B aja.
Oke. Ada yang punya jawaban sama? Oke, atau semuanya setuju dengan alasan Rizka? I think Rizka already tell the reasons. Azru, same reason? Atau Juli? Ya, alasannya kenapa? B, why B?
I think apa yang linguistic studies itu kan kalau aku itu kan udah ada studies itu sebagai verb. Terus yang jawaban A, C itu kan it is itu kan sebagai verb, and then people use it itu ada verb. Sedangkan kalau B itu it's-nya itu reverse to linguistiknya maybe. Jadi dia sudah tidak membutuhkan verb lagi gitu.
Okay, good. So linguistic studies the structure of language and regularities. B, jawabannya betul in its usage. And alasannya betul yang dibilang Rizka tadi ya, karena it itu sudah pronounnya adalah it ya. Kita butuh pronoun di situ. Because di dalam soal ini adalah pronounnya yaitu it, merujuk pada the structure of the language. Gitu. Oke. Ada yang punya ini? It's from linguistic studies. Okay. Could be true, but lebih tepatnya kepada the structure of a language. Ya, karena kan gini loh, subjeknya linguistik, mempelajari gitu ya. Linguistik mempelajari the structure of a language, the structure of language, and regularities. Regularities apa nih? Nah, regularities of its in usage gitu ya. In its usage itu maksudnya its-nya adalah structure of language itu, dalam kegunaan structure of language itu, bukan dalam linguistiknya ya. Karena linguistik itu ilmunya gitu atau jurusannya. Oke, sampai sini it is understandable?
Understand.
Okay, good. Now number 3, please.
Number 3.
Okay, 1 or 2 minutes starts from now. Okay, good. Most of you answer C, and yes, that is the answer, C. Tapi aku lihat alasan Rizka mendekati ya. So a language is, we are no longer talking about a language laboratory, tapi we're talking about booth. So yang dia maksud where students listen to language tapes, berarti we're referring to booths, bukan language laboratory. Oke? Ya betul, tentang tempat, tapi tempat yang aku maksud di sini dia lebih spesifik ke booths-nya. bukan language laboratory. Okay, good job everyone. Now number 4. Okay, we thank many editors, blah, 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 assisted us in the preparation of this book. Okay, you find the answer? Oh, Sastri, you answered D. Okay, so alasannya kenapa? Kenapa D? Kenapa delta? Anyone? Ada yang tahu kenapa delta? Azru. Who refers to editors? Oke, jangan hilangkan many-nya ya, Azru. So who refers to many editors? Atau editors yang banyak itu yang dia omongin itu siapa? Oke, the last one. Number 5. During the 1960s, the state of Alaska improved its transportation facilities and put together a statewide ferry fleet. All right, so your job is, I'm not going to tell you the real instructions of these questions, but you can drop any of the options atau you can change that into the correct terms. Jadi boleh di drop, diilangin atau boleh diganti. Okay, Azru, is your sentence A? Okay, Ayu. Ada yang jawab lain selain Bravo? Kalaupun it's, berarti it's-nya refer to mana? To state, ya. So during the 1960s, the state of Alaska improved its transportation. So it's-nya adalah the state of Alaska. Improve its transportation facilities and put together a statewide ferry fleet. All right. So do you have any questions? That's all the examples of the questions that I gave you, that I made for you tonight. So do you have any questions so far about pronoun? It seems very, very easy at the first place, tapi ternyata it can be very much complicated as well. Maybe yang tergolong complicated itu yang udah banyak tadi ya, antara mungkin 6 ke bawah lah. Kak Yuri, can you please move to apa namanya di slide yang ada tabel-tabel tadi? Ya, yang contoh-contoh pronoun itu. Nah, ini good questions. Kapan penggunaan whom? Good, ada yang mau bantu jawab? Sebelum aku jawab. Whom itu dia masuknya ke mana ya? Belum, bukan yang ini Kak Yuri. Di next-nya, satu kali lagi, next. Nah, di sini ada ya. Oke, di relative pronouns. Oke, sekarang kita jawab pertanyaan dari Melisia. Maaf, Miss, mau tanya kapan penggunaan whom? We should be used to refer to the object of a verb or prepositions. Oke, Sastri, can you maybe give Melisia and us the example of the sentence? Okay. I think spoken will be fine, Sastri. You don't have to write. Mau coba kasih contoh kalimatnya?
Apa ya? Aku salah, Miss.
Nggak apa-apa. Salah nggak dihukum kok.
Miss
Belum ada
Rian
fitur
aja dah.
jewer online.
Miss aja dah.
Okay. So anyone watch Friends sitcom? Ada yang nonton sitcom berjudul Friends nggak?
Aku nonton, Miss.
Nonton.
Okay, good. Nah, yang nggak nonton, good for you. Yang nggak nonton, mungkin bisa nonton setelah ini. Walaupun dia udah season sampai 10 kalau nggak salah. Just watch 1 or 2 episodes, you will be addicted. Trust me. Aku udah menonton Friends itu dari berbagai bahasa because I'm learning other languages. Selain bahasa Inggris juga ya, aku belajar bahasa Jerman and then Spanish and Japanese dan seterusnya. I learn about 8 languages, Russia termasuk. Dan one of the way adalah menonton kalau ini termsnya film ya, menonton film dengan judul yang sama because I don't care about the movie but I care about the language karena aku nggak mau memusingkan plot atau ceritanya kayak gimana, so aku nonton film yang aku udah pernah tonton because I only want to understand the language atau speakingnya itu gimana sih gitu sama writingnya gimana. So sometimes aku mendengar Friends itu misalnya pakai bahasa Spanyol secara spoken, so dia audionya Spanyol tapi subtitle-nya Inggris misalnya, atau subtitlenya Spanyol terus audionya Inggris kayak gitu-gitu. Jadi ditukar-tukar. Nah, dan di semua bahasa yang aku pakai ternyata ada satu candaan yang dipakai di film ini gitu ya, di sitcom ini, yaitu penggunaan who dan whom. Kalau yang nonton Friends mungkin tahu Ross Geller, salah satu ininya ya, salah satu pemerannya adalah Ross Geller. Nah, si Ross Geller ini karena dia adalah scientist, dia paleontologist if I'm not mistaken. Ya dia itu peneliti tentang dinosaurus dan lain-lain gitulah, primitif, hewan-hewan primitif gitu. Nah, si Ross ini karena dia punya academic background yang bagus gitu, sehingga dia too much grammatical. Dia orangnya sangat too much grammatical. Nah, dia selalu memberi contoh kalimat-kalimat dengan membedakan kapan menggunakan who dan kapan menggunakan whom. Ternyata dia diledek sama teman-temannya yang lain. Okay, we don't care about who or whom, just use one of them gitu. Nah, pada faktanya memang betul most of English speakers, hampir 99% English speakers, they lack of attention ketika ini penggunaan whom. Karena whom itu memang sulit sekali. Maksudnya kayak sulit terus kayak, aduh ngapain sih ketika kita ngomong whom, kadang orang tuh belum tentu paham. Karena saking terbiasanya menggunakan who itu tadi. Sehingga ini this I heard from many professors ya, aku udah dengar testimonial ini dari beberapa profesor yang aku temui dan sama semua. Kayaknya daripada yang kita ajak ngomong nggak nyambung gitu, mendingan nggak apa-apa deh kita ngalah salah who dan whom ini, kecuali dalam writing. So remember, ini boleh dipakai triknya hanya dalam speaking ya. So when you speak, you can say like he's the one whom I met. Harusnya kan kayak gitu. Dia adalah orang yang aku temui kemarin di jalan. So he is the one whom I met yesterday misalnya gitu. Nah, kalau itu terlalu complicated, you could say he is the one who I met yesterday. Walaupun itu secara terms salah gitu, tapi it's pretty much easier to understand. Nah, sekarang balik ke pertanyaannya, kapan sih harus pakai si who dan si whom gitu? Aku sih cara belajarnya intinya who itu sebagai subjek, whom itu sebagai objek. Contohnya gini, aku bertemu dia kemarin. Kalau aku bertemu dia kemarin berarti I met him yesterday, nggak ada who-nya ya. Tapi kalau ada who, he is the one who is standing by the door. Dia adalah orang yang sedang berdiri di pintu. You need to remember who, whom, which, where, dan semuanya itu artinya yang ya. yang mana, artinya yang mana. Jadi dia laki-laki adalah he is the person who is standing by the door. Dia adalah seorang laki-laki yang mana sedang berdiri di depan pintu gitu ya, atau yang mana sedang berdiri di pintu. Nah, kalau kita mau ubah jadi whom, dia harus menjadi objek. Kayak contoh tadi, misalnya aku ngedate sama cowok ya. Nah, kalau yang memutuskan ngedate adalah kita berdua, kamu bisa bilang I date him yesterday, atau he dates me yesterday, atau we are going on a date. Itu sama artinya. Tapi ketika dating ini diputuskan oleh satu pihak, aku yang ngajak Chris misalnya ya, aku ngajak, ayo Chris besok ngedate gitu, otomatis Chris objek dong, aku subjek kan, aku yang ngajak. So you can say Chris is the man whom I'm dating today. Jadi adalah cowok yang kencani hari ini, cowok yang aku kencani. Kalau dari bahasa translate-nya berarti kan dia adalah objek ya, dia yang menerima perlakuan kencan atau invitation, undangan kencan dari aku. Gitu. Hopefully sampai sini you can get it. Tapi menurutku triknya adalah get as much as examples of sentence, try to translate or try to get what's the point. I think this will be helping you so much in understanding the sentence gitu ya. Kayaknya ada 2 orang ya tadi yang nanya gitu. Oke, sekarang, nah boleh nih Jimmy. Miss Hani is whom I need to talk to. Nah, lihat setelah ada whom, dia pakai I. Berarti aku adalah objek yang dimaksud oleh si Jimmy. Miss Hani adalah seseorang yang mana aku harus ngomong nih kayaknya sama dia. Gitu. Oke, now let me scroll a while. Sama ya, Melissia pertanyaannya. The author whom you criticize in your review has written a reply. Good. So, the author whom you criticize. So, sebenarnya subjeknya adalah you criticize the author, gitu kan. Nah, baru dia bilang the author whom you criticize in your review has written a reply. Berarti penulis yang kamu kritik tulisannya gitu ya, udah balas tuh gitu. Okay, the use of whom as the pronoun after the prepositions is very formal. Okay, for example, to whom should I address the letter? Okay, good. Ya, to whom should I address the letter itu artinya kalau misalnya kalian suruh ngirim surat, jangan hindarilah kalau kalian ngirim surat tuh kepada ibu atau bapak pimpinan. Ya lo harus tahu kalau lo nyuratin dia, lo harus tahu dia ibu atau bapak gitu. Jangan dikasih opsi. Jangan-jangan dia pagi ibu siang bapak, serem juga gitu ya. So you need to get to know your recipients better. Jangan sampai kamu ngechat kayak Miss atau Mr. Hani, aku jilat nanti. Kamu harus tahu aku female atau male ya. So this is really good examples. To whom should I address the letter? Jadi pastiin dulu siapa yang nanti akan menerima. Okay, who did you invite? Whom is not used very often in spoken English. Ya betul, who is usually used as the object pronoun, especially in questions. Who did you invite to the party? Okay, good. Now, okay, I don't think I have any more questions. Any more questions, everyone? Ada yang mau nanya lagi? Drop your questions in the chat box or speak directly. That's fine. No, Miss. Okay, so I think I would like to listen to one of the participants to get a review about what we're learning today. Maybe Latifah? I don't see you talking. So can you tell us or did a little review about what we're learning today, Latifah? Before we end up the session? Tell again about the homework. So Alwan, PR-nya adalah ini ada after this I'm going to give you the PPT, okay everyone, so don't worry. Nah, nanti kalian akan lihat di I forgot di slide nomor berapa, but yang sekarang sedang ditunjukkan nih 1 sampai 12 contoh dari pronoun atau types of pronoun, and I want you to create one sentence per each. Ya, This time you would be resuming it atau akan merangkum contoh-contoh ini and share that to the group. Let others give some reactions or replies to your homework. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Latifah, can you listen to me? Okay, I don't think she's responding. What about Siti Nur Aisa? Siti Nur Aisa, can you tell me what we are learning today? Wah, jangan-jangan ini udah tidur gara-gara Azru tadi ya, kamu suruh tidur Azru. Okay. Jimmy, would you like to help me? Jimmy?
Ada yang nyuruh bikin kopi tapi nggak diseduhin ya.
Karena dia bukan tukang kopi.
Oh gitu, cuma nawarin aja gitu ya.
Jimmy, can you help me? Okay, good. Alwi sepertinya dia streaming dari surga ya. Okay.
Surga
Maybe
cinta Miss Anaben.
iya, karena nama dia kan Firdaus, tuh surga Firdaus. Dia streaming dari surga. Okay, Chris, maybe my last options, would you like to help me give a little short review?
Okay. Thank you, Miss. I guess. Yeah. So today we were talking about pronouns and how to use it in the sentence, and including the function of each pronouns serve in each sentence. Can be like, as your slide suggests, there are 12 different functions of the pronouns: distributive, reciprocal, relative, interrogative, and many other purposes of the pronouns in the sentence.
Okay, thank you, Chris. So hopefully after this class, you will get like some easier steps on how to analyze the answers in TOEFL real test gitu ya. So next time kalau misalnya ternyata sehari ini belum ada pertanyaan nih, ternyata setelah kelas ini selesai atau besok atau lusa tiba-tiba timbul pertanyaan tentang pronoun, please do not hesitate to reach me out, alright? I think I would prefer you to reach me out in the group if you can text there, but if you couldn't, just reach me out on private, but I will get back to you as soon as possible and give you what you need, alright? So if you don't have any more to say, I think that's all for today, class dismissed, but before that, let's turn on your video so that our team could take a picture of our today's session. All right. So
okay, everyone, you can open the cam so we will take the screenshot. Okay, everyone ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, I think just a few people on cam is okay. Okay, that's okay. Okay, I will count 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Okay, 1 sec. Wait, yeah. Okay, another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Yay, thank you everyone for coming today. So I hope to see you again on Tuesday. Bye. Happy resting. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.